Once upon a quiet morning, there was a young woman named Leora. She moved through her life with a quiet confidence, though sometimes she doubted whether others truly saw her brilliance. Today, however, she stood before her mirror and felt a shift inside her, a recognition that her beauty was not only in the lines of her face, the shape of her eyes, or the elegance of her posture, but in the energy she carried, the way she smiled, and the strength that radiated from her heart. Leora had always admired art. She loved the way a simple sketch could capture a feeling, a moment, or a personality. And today, she decided to embrace her own reflection as a canvas of possibility. She whispered to herself, "I am beautiful. I am radiant. I am magnetic in my own unique way." With each word, a warmth spread through her chest, filling her with confidence and pride. As she looked closer at her reflection, she noticed the small details that made her unique. The curve of her lips, the sparkle in her eyes, the subtle lines that told her story. She realized that true beauty is not about perfection, but about authenticity, presence, and self-love. Every feature was a testament to the experiences she had lived, the laughter she had shared, and the challenges she had overcome. She imagined herself walking through the world with her head held high, her confidence like a quiet but powerful light, drawing people toward her. In her mind, she saw herself smiling at strangers, creating connections, and radiating positivity wherever she went. She knew that her outer beauty was only enhanced by the kindness, intelligence, and creativity she carried inside. "I am confident. I am admired. I am inspiring," Leora whispered again. She closed her eyes and breathed deeply, feeling gratitude for the life she had, for the body that carried her, and for the mind that dreamed fearlessly. She allowed herself to envision a world where every day she lived fully in alignment with her values, her passions, and her desires. The universe seemed to respond in subtle ways. Birds sang a little more sweetly outside her window. The morning light wrapped around her like a gentle hug. She could feel opportunities unfolding, like doors opening quietly in her path. And she knew, deep in her heart, that she deserved every blessing, every compliment, every moment of joy that came her way. Drawing had always been a meditative practice for her. Today, she picked up her pencil and began sketching her own portrait. With each line, she not only captured her appearance, but the essence of who she was. Strong, graceful, and unapologetically herself. The strokes of black and white brought out the contrasts in her life, the soft moments and the bold decisions, the calm and the fire within her. As she drew, she thought about the lessons she had learned. She had learned to stand tall in the face of criticism, to embrace her uniqueness, even when the world seemed to demand conformity, and to celebrate every small victory along the way. She realized that the most magnetic quality a person can have is authenticity, and that true beauty is inseparable from self-love. Her sketch began to take shape, and she admired it, not just for the way it looked, but for the story it told. It was a story of empowerment, of a girl who understood her worth, who embraced her sensuality and charm without shame, and who lived in harmony with her passions and dreams. She smiled softly at the image, seeing herself reflected in the art she created. A girl who was confident, alluring, and inspiring in ways that went beyond the surface. I am magnetic. I am admired. I am unforgettable, she whispered, feeling a sense of joy that radiated from the inside out. Every day, she reminded herself that her attractiveness was a combination of her appearance, her intelligence, her creativity, and her ability to love herself and others. She knew that confidence was magnetic and that her energy could uplift those around her with each stroke of her pencil. Leora reaffirmed her worth, her beauty, and her purpose. She thought about how drawing, like life, is about paying attention to details, finding balance, and embracing imperfection. The shadows and highlights of her sketch mirrored the depth of her character, the quiet moments of reflection, the bold steps she had taken, and the brilliance that radiated from her being. As she finished the portrait, she leaned back and felt a deep sense of satisfaction. The drawing was more than a likeness. It was an affirmation, a visual reminder that she was powerful, beautiful, and deserving of love and admiration. She whispered again, "I am amazing. I am confident. I am unstoppable." And as she looked out her window at the world, she felt ready to move through it with grace, charm, and courage. She understood that every compliment she received, every moment of attention, every spark of admiration was simply a reflection of the energy she carried within herself. Her beauty was not just in how she looked, but in how she thought, acted, and connected with the world around her. Today, she would carry this knowledge into everything she did. She would walk with confidence, speak with authenticity, and live in a way that celebrated both her attractiveness and her inner strength. She would continue to create art, to inspire, and to remind herself that she was deserving of admiration, joy, and endless possibilities. And in that quiet morning, as the sun bathed the room in soft light, Leora smiled. She knew that she was, in every way that mattered, a beautiful, radiant, confident, and magnetic young woman. If you liked it, give it a like and share it with others.